charity shops. I'm on the front they have a bunch of this bag yet, but I'm going to take those off. And good morning, everyone. I'm grabbing my coffee. A hack, just so you know, with your coffee is to place it in the freezer. Hang on, let me grab this really quick. But a hack is to place it in the freezer for at least 10 minutes. Sometimes I accidentally leave it longer, but at least 10 minutes, and I call it a crispy coffee, and it's the best thing ever. I have the mic sitting on my cutie little Smisky. Tell me how cute this is. Like, can we not? Anyways, yeah, I left this in the freezer a little too long. This is, quite frozen. I am drinking my coffee out of my custom Dry Bones clay cup that she made me, I think like maybe 2 years ago now. But that's something that I love about the ceramic community. I feel like everyone is so incredibly helpful, shares tips and tricks. There's no like gatekeeping. One thing about me is gatekeeping actually pisses me off. Like people that are unwilling to share absolutely anything that's helped them. They leave people to figure out for themselves. There's a way, there's like a, I don't know how to explain it. There's a way to like, I don't know. In my eyes, there's room for everyone at the table. Everyone's going to show up in their own unique way. Everyone's going to bring their own people that like their stuff or prefer their stuff. Blatant copying is not okay. That's never okay. I can't remember where. I think it was on Ink Master, possibly. But I heard this quote, and it was, the people at the bottom compete and the people at the top collaborate. And I can't agree with that more. I feel like it's so important to collaborate, share the knowledge that you've learned. You know, obviously to a certain degree, that's not going to like put your business at risk or put your creation at risk. I do think it's important to, you know, be careful. If you have ideas, there's a certain time and when you should share them. And not everyone is safe. Not everyone is going to take your information and be like, oh, cool, go you. Some people like to take that information and do it first, so that it looks like they are the originator of this work and they just steal and feed off of other people's ideas. Do you know anyone like that? Because it happens. But over here, pretty girlies don't gatekeep, okay? So we're not gatekeeping. And I feel like the ceramic community is very open in that way, where everyone just shows up the way they are going to show up. And like, we share different glazes and like different techniques and like different like sizes, how to make things. Like I figured out how to make like specifically like the measurements for a slab like made cup. I learned how to make 8 ounces or 12 ounces, 16 ounces, and it's like 24 ounces is what it ended up being. But like I shared that information because I think it's important to like share things that could be helpful for other people that you know build like slab pottery. I'm about to get on a TED Talk for absolutely no reason, and it's too early for that. I need to pack up. I have a lot of things I need to do, guys, like a lot. And I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to put it all in this video or if I need to split this up and pace myself. I was like,
yay, market season's over.
And then I got what I call in my last video, which I think is very accurate. The Demogorgon got me. Okay. Whatever the sickness is that's been going around has been diabolical. I am on day 14. And that's not including the weird week that I felt before all the symptoms kicked in. But like there was a full week of like a dry throat, feeling like lack of energy, a low-key sickness. And I was like,
oh, this is like so low-key.
Yeah, no. It ramped right up New Year's Eve. Okay? Perfect timing. I love this for me. About to ring in the new year. I get, after a dry throat for like a week, I get the sorest throat of my life. Okay? Not fun. I was like, what's going on? I've thought that I was like on the other side of this weird low-key sickness. But it turns out I was on the very front end of it. So anyways, I go through New Year's Eve and New Year's Day with the worst sore throat of my life. I was like,
is this what it feels like to die?
Bit dramatic, I know, but that's where my head was at. Especially, I was being a little superstitious, and I was like, or maybe not superstitious, so I was just being a little stitious, as Michael Scott would say. I was like, is this how all of 2026 is going to go? Because this is how it's starting. And then I was like, Lexi, there's no reason to think like that. Actually, no. I had my husband who kind of gave me clarity. And then I was being a little bit dramatic in that way. And people just get sick, and it's just that simple. And I just happened to get sick in the new year. And it made me realize, okay, it is what it is. There's literally nothing I can do. And by day 4, I was like, oh, I have to be getting better. Got worse. Significantly worse. Crazy. Anyway, so yeah, that lasted from New Year's Eve to yesterday was one of the most normal days I felt, and that's January 12th. So it lasted a full 3 weeks in total for the incubation period and including the incubation period through the 2 weeks of full-on symptoms. Not that you needed that much detail, but it's been I don't even know what word to use. Inconvenient, annoying, disruptive, awful. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't even have a coffee in the new year for 7 or 8 days. That's how sick I was, that I was like, I'm not even gonna drink coffee. I wanted it, but I was like, I'm not even gonna drink coffee. That's wild for me. Okay, so yeah, like I said, I have a lot of things I need to do. I also want to develop a posting schedule on YouTube. I feel like Sundays would be the best. But let's go over what I need to do, and I need to just talk it out loud, I guess. Think out loud, maybe. Because, oh yeah, I didn't even finish what I was saying. So I was like,
Yay, market season's over.
it's time to relax for the next 6 to 8 months. And then I forgot that I applied to a market in February, and I got accepted into that market. And I'm so grateful that I got accepted into the market. But I was like, oh, what did I do to myself, So that's where I'm at. I have another market. And that's very exciting, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity. So I'm right back into market prep. This is the print of the month for January for patrons if you are interested. Lots of cutesy. My inspiration was a flash sheet, but the words say abundance, exploration, and balance. I feel like those are really cute words for the year. Yeah, I was going for a flash sheet. I'm so ahead, it's not even funny with Patreon prints. I already have February's print as well. And let me tell you, I'm obsessed with houses. I made this print I think that was November's. No, that might have been December's. I don't know. It was either November or December's or even October. No, it definitely wasn't. No, I think it was December. It doesn't matter. It was one of the prints at the end of last year. And I was like, that was one of my first stamps I had ever carved. And last year I recycled all of my very early on stamps for all of my prints of the month. And I was like, wait, this house kind of slaps, especially on this pink paper. And now I guess I'm obsessed with houses. I don't know. I really just am like, wow, houses. And an artist that I follow named Arden Rose, you might know her. She paints a lot of houses. And I'm like, why do I love a good house? I don't know what it is. They're just so homey, cozy. I don't know what the vibe is, but 2026 is probably going to commence of me making lots of houses for no reason. And I want to get back into sketchbooking, which I have so much to share with you all. I'm realizing I'm yapping your ear off, but I have so much to share. Look at this paper, how cute. It's like confetti. There's different little confetti things in there. So that is what I printed February's print on. And it's this cute house with this little star. I gotta say, guys, I'm obsessed. I mean, wow. That's a good house right there. Why was that sticky? It feels like it's still drying. What is going on? How is that still drying? Okay. Anyways, so yeah, I got back into sketchbooking. I did this super cute 2026 spread. I cut everything out by hand. I printed it, cut it, collaged it, made it all 3D, did some cool stuff of the aesthetic that I am wanting 2026 to look like. A vision board, if you will. A mood board, per se. Yeah, I did that when I was like in my going through it. I did it in bed while I was hawking up slugs and not breathing. I made that house yesterday. Again, yesterday was like the first day that I felt somewhat normal. So I carved a stamp. Very fun. And I need to like, I still have to print more of those prints, but my like roller, I had to get a new roller because my roller was not rolling, you know, it wasn't doing its job. And now I'm going to take you over there so I can show you the Soothing Stone keychains that I made. I just busted out 32 Soothing Stone keychains. I made a bunch of Soothing Stones last year for my markets. They did really well. They were like the cutest little gift that I saw a lot of people getting for loved ones or, you know, themselves, whomever, whichever the right word is to say. Let me grab my camera. And I saw some keychains and I was like, that's so cute. So I made 32. I just went for it. Proud of myself for showing up and proud of myself for doing it. And today's docket. Oh yeah, I also made like a bunch of butterfly wing jars. Those are 6 of them that I'm going to be giving to a coffee shop that I sell at in person. And then I have like 10 or 11 more in my little storage for my next market. I also ordered some linen fabric and some grommets because I want to hand paint some like linen banners. I have an idea in my head. I don't know if it's going to go well, but we're going to give it a go. And that's something that I need to also accomplish before my next market. But before any of that, the main thing, if my eyes are red, it's because I just coughed and I felt like I was choking. Before any of that, I need to hand build lots of cups because I have a very cute cup idea that I'm just gonna try out. But I want to use speckled clay. And I want to do little like dimples. I'm going to do the slab method to build these. I did a lot of pinching last year for my entire collection. I did these cups for Christmas presents for my family and loved it. I loved how smooth and good they came out. So I'm going to hand build. I don't know if I'm going to do any of like the 24 ounce that I was able to accomplish. I think that's a bit unnecessary. I think 16 ounces is enough. When I'm looking for a cup, I'm looking for 16 ounces because I never understood why ceramic artists always have like 8 ounces and 12 ounces. And now I realize it is very difficult to get anything bigger than 12 ounces. But I've measured it out, I've narrowed it down, and I've got a template to go off of for slab building a 16 ounce cup. So I'm going to do some 8 ounces, I'm going to do some 16 ounces. I have all of the Soothing Stone keychains that are drying. I'm probably going to take all of my ceramics that I have left over that didn't sell and have a little sale bin and sell them for like $20 each just to clear them out of the studio. That's enough yapping. I've been yapping for now 18 minutes. I'm a little ashamed of it, but sue me. So yeah, let's get to making some cups. Okay, so I have just finished for the day. Oh wait, let me get it to focus, hang on. Okay, I literally only made 7 cups. I made 2 of these, they're around 16 ounces, and then I made 5 12 ounces, but just wait. Is that not the cutest thing you've ever seen in your entire life? This one's for a friend. She is a baker and she loves croissants. She's a cat named Croissant. Like, are we joking? I cannot wait to show her that one. But I'm honestly wiped out. I took maybe a 30-minute break earlier. Let me get my tripod. Just give me a second. So I took maybe a 30-minute break. Throughout all of that, it is currently, I'm gonna need to get my calculator out and do some math here. Okay, let's just call it 4 p.m. It's 3:54. And I've been doing this since 9:30, again, taking a 30-minute break, so I'm just gonna call it 10, so it's easy math. Let's see, 10 to 12 is 2 hours plus 4, so about 6 hours to make 7 cups. So I'm averaging about 50 minutes per cup, which that's kind of crazy. I do think the croissant detail added at least 20 minutes. That took me about 20 minutes to make, so maybe not 51 exactly per cup, but yeah, that's kind of a long time. But hand building takes a very long time, and it's very time consuming. It's very satisfying once it's done, but it is very time consuming, especially how you want them to come out. And I think they all came out really, really cute. I honestly really enjoyed making the 12-ounce ones. It looks so much smaller than the other ones. Are they 8 ounces? Honestly, they might be 8 or 10 ounces. I don't know. We'll figure it out once the shrinkage happens in the kiln, and I'll take it from there. I'm still figuring it fully out, but I made them for my grandparents, and for some reason, I can't just look at my last video because I actually measured it in my last video. So anyways, I'm probably going to end my day with a nice walk on my treadmill. And I'm probably going to play some Animal Crossing or just take it easy and relax. But I'm exhausted. I have literally been sick, like I said, for a very long time. So this is like the longest that I've been on my feet and working in, since like, I don't know, at least 3 weeks. So kind of crazy. Kind of crazy over here. It's only Monday. It's Monday, so you're probably going to see the entire process of those cups from start to finish if they dry in time, which my house does not have heat, and I live in Florida, so that's usually not a problem. But this week it's supposed to get down into the 30s, which is kind of insane, which means it's going to be freezing in here. So I'm probably gonna have to stick my heater over by my ceramics so that they actually dry, because the colder that it is, the less they dry. They dry very slowly. So I'm probably gonna have to get my tiny little portable heater thing and put it on my ceramics so that they dry. In fact, I might actually do that so that they dry sooner rather than later. I might just do it anyways. Why not? That's how I'm ending my day. I will catch you soon. Okay, you guys, I Googled it and I just saw, also if you hear talking in the background, Carlos is gaming. But I Googled it and I thought that the Animal Crossing update was coming tomorrow. Hey, let me go get my other mic so that you can't hear him as much. Okay, so I am checking for an update right now. Well, actually it says it's downloading. But yeah, I was just trying to see when it was going to be available tomorrow, and it literally said that it dropped an entire day early and that it's ready right now. So let's figure that out. I've been so excited for this. My island isn't like ready for the update, and I also started a little Animal Crossing like cozy gaming, like Stardew Valley Animal Crossing tiny bookshop. I may or may not dabble with making videos over on that channel. I'm not totally sure. This channel is obviously my main priority, and gaming is honestly more of just like a hobby, but we shall see. I don't know how long this is going to take, so I'm going to stop this and come back once I figure out what's going on.
So in terms of books, and as we were
Okay, I was debating on if I wanted to like show you the screen, but if you play Animal Crossing, I want you to experience it for yourself. But I'm gonna get to at least the hotel and update you all. But it is currently 10:27. I have to be up early tomorrow. I'm actually taking you all with me. I'm going to drop off my stuff at the coffee shop, the stuff that I was preparing for. Isabel, be quiet. I'm just kidding. But I'm dropping my stuff off at the coffee shop that I sell at. So I'm restocking. I'm picking up my paychecks. And then I really want to go to this craft store. It's a really big art store in Orlando with like a lot of options. And I've never been. I always just go to Hobby Lobby or Michael's, and it's 5 minutes away from this coffee shop. So I figured we could go together. So it's 10:30 and I need to be up super early because I need to start my bisque fire with my clay, and then I have all of those errands to run, which is gonna be really fun, but like I don't know how long I'm going to want to play this. Anyways, let me let Isabel talk. Today's announcements. We have a surprise announcement. A hotel has been built on the island's pier. I don't know if you can see it, but we hope the hotel and the island's natural beauty will draw lots of visitors. The hotel will open as soon as the hotel staff finishes their preparations. Does that mean it's not open? Residents hoping for a peek inside should head to the island's pier. And with that, I'll get back to work supporting you and your enjoyment of our island. Okay, let's head to the pier. I can't wait. This is so exciting. My island is like, I would say, look how cute I am in my little plaid outfit. Whoops. I sold some things yesterday, so Timmy is calling me to tell me that I have money in my account. 6,464 bells. I sold some like skulls and skeletons. Okay, I'm gonna forget my mail and I'm just gonna head straight to the pier with you all because we need to get to business. We need to see what is happening. I really need to redo my hello. Who the frick are you? Who is this guy? Is this a new character? Who are you? Rossetti. I'm here to greet all the island residents and inform them of the terrific reset service. Oh, the rescue service, the rescue mall. Okay, so he's basically gonna come and like do a cleanup. I doubt I'm ever gonna use that. Oh, I should have just gone to the dock because no, I'm good. I'll talk to you later. Need a reset, give Isabel over at resident service a call. Okay, cool. Okay. Leave me alone so I can go freaking... It's really hard to control this with one hand and record on my mic. Okay, we're at the pier. Oh my gosh, okay, I'm just here where the lights are at. Okay. Oh, whoops. Sorry, I'm pressing buttons. This is a lot more anticlimactic. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh my gosh, let's go inside. I wonder what this is. Okay, that was mysterious. It didn't tell me. Okay, we're going inside. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anywho, I just wanted to hop on because I'm very excited about this update. Let me know if you're interested in some gaming videos, possibly. I don't know if I would do it on this channel. Maybe an island tour. I did do an island tour, I think, a year and a half ago, and my island has completely changed. I've done full terraforming throughout the entire thing, like brought it all down and built it back up. So yeah, and I'm still preparing for this update. I just didn't get done in time. One thing about me is I don't time hop, so I don't like cheat the game and like get things done. I do it within every 24-hour period. So when I request to like demolish or build a bridge or an incline, I wait the full 24 hours. Same thing with like moving buildings and all of that stuff. Like I play the game as real time. It's a way to like hold myself accountable and not like play too much. It's my way of actually enjoying playing and like pacing myself. I'm very excited about this. I'm sure I'll update you in the morning of how long I played, but I will see you in the morning. About to drop some orders off at the post office. Let's get rolling. Let's get out of here. So good. I swear they have one of the best cafe con leches. I mean, if you're in the Orlando area, this is my favorite coffee shop. Anywho, I also got a Rice Krispie treat. The Rice Krispie treats are homemade. They're absolutely amazing. So anywho, I am going to go to the art supply store. I'm having a really difficult time filming in person. Having my phone is a lot better than having my gigantic camera, but I'm still having a hard time. So we'll see what I feel comfortable getting. Like filming alone, I guess, because I was fine filming with my friend the other night, but like when it's just me by myself, I'm like, don't judge me. But anyway, let's go get some art supplies. Okay, I'm just gonna have to make do with you right here. Maneuver myself in a very awkward way. My total was $110, which is not very good for a $0 budget, but also not that bad either, because I had to put a lot of stuff down. I got a couple different Prismacolor color pencils. Super cute. I went with like earthy tones. I got a lot of earthy stuff. I got double-sided tape because I've been needing that for junk journaling. I got a $9 little watercolor cold press finish book because I've been doing a lot of watercolor in my sketchbook, which I want to bring you all along for. I got a clip for my sketchbook. I got this really nice pin. Did I get the wrong color? I got the wrong color. I love that for me. It is what it is. And then the other things I just got this watercolor set in the like natural one, but I ended up getting the forest color set, which is just a lot more earthy. I got a bunch of vintage mushroom foraging stickers. I feel like that would be so good for my sketchbook and junk journaling. And same thing with these earth tone Posca pins. This is like all the colors on the back, and like I just love the color combination. But that's everything that I got. Not too bad, especially for like, this is just like hobby stuff. This isn't really anything for like my business, which honestly felt really good because as someone that creates for a living, and that is literally my job. Okay, so funny story. My camera, little clip-on thing, scooted up and ended up not filming me correctly for like a whole 3-minute rant. To basically reiterate what I was saying, it's not often that I invest into personal crafts, sketchbooking, fun hobby things. I pretty much am always buying things for my business or like my crafts, my art. that I'm going to sell. And I don't really invest in things for just my little fun creative side. Like when I was little, all I did was create just for the sake of creating. And like I've gotten away from that so much, the older that I've gotten, because even though I am working for myself and doing my dream job, I also neglect, as much as I'm creating constantly all day long every day, I'm also in a sense neglecting my creative exploration because I'm just producing at the end of the day. I love everything that I create and I enjoy it, but the older that you get, the more you do step into this business mindset, the more money that you make does matter. Like, money is something that helps me survive, you know? And it's like you start to see creativity as a way to make money rather than just for the sake of creating. And I wouldn't say that's my mindset 9 times out of 10, but I'm just saying it is a factor that's in the back of my head when I'm creating that does rob me from creativity. Anyways, I also was saying that I'm really proud of myself because I struggle a lot with social anxiety and existential anxieties. I've talked about it, you know, like years ago, and I've shared bits and pieces here and there. There is a reason why I developed that. It's not because of social media or lack of community or things like that, like it typically is in this generation. It's just something that I developed, something about me that I don't share super often because I don't think it's necessarily that important for my life anymore. But I did leave a non-denominational / evangelical Christian lifestyle about 4 or 5 years ago now. I was not prepared for, and the only reason I'm sharing this is because I know that a lot of people can relate to this. So if you do, you're not alone. Especially in the artist community, I think that I find a lot of people that are non-religious or atheist or things like that, and I definitely haven't ditched God, the creator, collective consciousness, you know, whatever word you want to use to describe it. I haven't ditched that. That is something that is still very true to me. However, I did not realize that leaving an organized, systematic religion, evangelical Christian is my only experience, but evangelical at that, like, it left a gaping void of existential questions, dread, fear of not knowing, fear that I needed to know. If I wasn't sure, then where was I gonna go when I die? Like, just a lot of different things. I could literally talk a whole TED Talk on this because it is something that is very true for me and has been something that I've been struggling with for years now. And as much as I have worked through it, I still am challenged when I go into public settings or any time that I leave my house struggling with the thought that something bad is going to happen. I mean, I would pretty much believed for a decade of my life that there's this like character that's out to kill me any chance he can get, and that does a lot to a very young mind, especially in the way that it was discussed or talked about. And unfortunately, it did really leave a huge mark, a huge stain in my life post leaving the evangelical Christian denomination or congregation. So there is a lot in that I'm not saying in this quick clip, but I wanted to give a backstory because there's a reason why I'm so proud of myself for taking myself out today and not only doing any of that, but doing it alone, like taking myself out and specifically feeling safe. Like, there's something very important about that to me. I, for a while, have just been existing in the world feeling like I'm very unsafe. Something bad is going to happen. I'm going to, you know, at any second, like that kind of stuff. And yeah, this was like not the first, but it is rare for me to not have that going on in the back of my head. And today I did not have that going on in the back of my head. I actually really enjoyed my time. I felt very safe. I felt very explorative and just curious. And I kind of missed that. I don't realize how much I miss it until it comes up and it randomly happens like that, and it just makes me realize I need to have exposure therapy and just take it very seriously to get myself out more often by myself and to teach myself that it is safe in the world. And I do think that's not all just from leaving the church. I do think that social media plays a huge role in us feeling safe in public settings. I know that is definitely part of it, but I am also not on short form content anymore. If you follow me on Instagram, you might know that I am only doing monthly check-ins over there. I'm not on TikTok at all. The app isn't even on my phone. I am giving my full force, my full attention to long form content on YouTube and my Patrons. That is literally the only place that you will be finding me this year, and in person at markets or the shops that I sell at in person. Other than that, like, that is where my heart is. That is where my soul is. I have so much more fulfillment. Already being off of Instagram and not even having to think about posting or being active on there has given me so much creativity just even to make this video. Like, I feel so inspired. I feel so like it just was a weight lifted off my shoulder to get off of short form content, and I'm not even missing it one bit. Not one bit. Not at all. That's where I'm at, and I'm just really proud of myself for today. And if you can relate to any of that and have felt that way before, know that you're not alone. I'm very sorry. It's very unfortunate that people think it's okay or believe that it's their duty to toy with a human soul. And at the end of the day, it is very much to each their own. I can't say that all bad things came from that 10 years of my very important stages of my life. But what I can say is it stained me in more bad ways than good, for sure. However, I do reflect on things that I am still grateful for the time. I have a lot of friends that are my lifelong friends now that I know will be there for me forever, and I met them at that place. So there's a lot of good things that I can take away from it to forgive and let go and still move forward with my life in more meaningful ways, and again, not bring such harsh judgment on places and people that are heavily involved, because I think at the end of the day, it really is to each their own. And I think that as much as I had some very big bad experiences, I also think it's very important to acknowledge the good experiences that came from it, and to not judge anyone, period. To not judge anyone for wherever they find spiritual rest, spiritual aid. I think at the end of the day, the bottom line is that it just no longer served me. And it's really just as simple as that. It just stopped serving me, and I grew to a different place, and that's okay too. This definitely isn't me saying screw the church, screw religious people. I have my own opinions, and those opinions are for me and because of my experience, but it's also not my job to tell people what is right and what is wrong, because I don't think right and wrong exist the way that we think they do. And at the end of the day, to each their own, literally. So I hope that you are finding fulfillment in life wherever you're at, and I hope that you are brave enough to let go of the things from the past that have hurt you and take them with you in more meaningful ways that actually help you live your life more fulfilled and, again, more meaningful. Because I still believe that everything does happen for a reason, and life is life. It's a beautiful thing if we can push past the hardships and really see it objectively. Life is such a gift, and it's so beautiful. And I think we let a lot of things get in the way of us being able to see that. And I refuse to let anything harden me to the point where I stop seeing life as beautiful. So I know that was really deep. This was a long, very deep, very could be sensitive or triggering to some topic, but I don't know. I just felt right to share it. And I don't know. I hope that it's making you or whoever, at least one person, feel seen or heard, because I know that I wish someone, especially the artist community, I don't see a lot of people talking about this subject or talking about spirituality in general. I see a lot of artists kind of dismissing a creator, and I think that's totally okay, but I also think it's become trendy to be an artist and to be atheist and to be very extreme. And I don't know, it's kind of scary to even say this, but like, yeah, I don't know. Everyone's entitled to share their own opinion, so I'm just sharing mine. Take it for what you will. This is just my opinion. And yes, it is for myself because of my experiences, but I also feel like this is a safe space to share it. So thank you for letting me be vulnerable. But yeah, I just kind of feel like we have to be mimicking a creator, the creator. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like creativity comes from a sacred place that we are all in a way, somewhere or another, connected to and gaining inspiration from and feeding from life. And I think the fact that we're all alive is kind of evidence that there's something breathing within us. You know what I'm saying? So something breathing, something connected within us. But I don't know. Whatever that is to you, I hope that you use it to channel more creativity and art to overflow from you. And I hope that you don't use it to abuse other people or manipulate them, because that is the wrong way to do it. But again, there is no inherent right or wrong, but it's not a very kind way to use that. Anyways, it might have sounded like I just contradicted myself 800 times, but I think that's the beauty of having an opinion. So I hope, if anything, this just encourages you to find your own and think for yourself, because my gosh, we're being told to think the same thing, copy paste, and if we aren't thinking within a certain group, then we're just outcast and we're left out. Like, we have to be thinking within a group instead of just having an original thought, just finding some random meaning. I don't know. Don't underestimate just sitting and being bored, because overconsumption is so real, especially in America, and I think worldwide, overconsumption with media. I'm just gonna be for real. I think everyone's lying to us a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I think everyone's truth is not everyone else's truth, and it's not supposed to be. And I think that we just keep imposing all of these truths and like telling people you have to believe this or la 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 la, and it's causing so much war. And I'm reading a lot of Don Miguel Ruiz, and I am obsessed with his work. And it's basically just saying, like, if you look out in nature, there are no wars. It's just nature. It just is what it is. The only reason there's so many wars is in humanity is specifically because it's within our minds, and we're stuck in believing all of these lies because everyone is technically lying to us. It's a lot. I'm gonna get off my soapbox. Anyways, love you all so much. Thank you so much for letting me just spill my heart out to you. It means the world. Mwah. It is officially voiceover Lexi. I wanted to hop on here and just talk through some of my crafts that you're seeing. and kind of my mindset lately on enjoying just the simple process of creating and slowing down and really healing my attention span, honestly. I decided to buy some linen fabric and make my own custom tapestries out of my stamps. I had this idea in my head, and honestly it came out exactly how I thought it was going to come out, and that feeling is honestly indescribable. I have a few more ideas and a few other colors of fabric that I'm going to do for this, but of course I had to do my house because, as you can tell, I'm obsessed with houses lately. So I printed a few of these on this like dusty pink, and let me tell you, I am not a pink girly, but dusty pink has me in a chokehold lately. Like, it is gorgeous. There's something about it that like feels so yummy to me. But anywho, so that's what I was doing here, and then I also, you'll see that I was doing it with my Patreon prints. I was finishing up those for February as well, and then I got to glazing. But something that I've realized lately is all of my hobbies require a lot of time. They're very time consuming. Hand carving a stamp, stamping it on the paper, or now these little linen tapestries, having to hand cut those out, stamp a hole in them, then apply the grommets in the corners and make sure that it hangs levelly or leveled, is pretty time consuming. And I don't have a ceramic wheel, so I hand build all of my ceramics, as you saw in the beginning of this vlog. And I would say on a regular level of a ceramicist on a wheel, they're throwing at least 10 cups in an hour. And with hand building, it took me about an hour just to do 1 cup and 6 hours to do 7 cups. So even though there is a convenience of the wheel, I personally don't enjoy it that much, but I'm also, since I don't enjoy wheel throwing, the caveat is that I have to hand build everything. But honestly, there's something about building a cup from start to finish that has really healed my attention span and my attention to detail and my ability to enjoy the journey and enjoy the process. Because a lot of times, since we're so quick, we want everything right now, we want everything at our fingertips, it can honestly rob us from the satisfaction of a finished product because we're rushing the journey and we just want everything done as fast as possible. But learning how to enjoy the process and the journey of building something from start to finish has honestly done something. It's made the final product so much more valuable because of all the work I did to get to the finished product. It makes it 10 times more satisfying, 10 times more rewarding, and the only other way that I can explain it is that I feel like I am in my natural state when I am creating something and in the midst of the process. There's something very grounding about it, and it really keeps me centered, and there's really no other way for me to explain it, so that just makes me feel like it has to be my nature to be in that flow state. It has to be so natural for us as humans and as pieces and parts of nature that when we reach these flow states and we're in these journeys and we're enjoying these processes and we're not trying to rush to get just this product and overconsumption and all of these things, but when we're really existing within the space that we're in and being so incredibly present that we aren't thinking about anything else, there has to be so much power in that, because I'm telling you, I've been off of short form content platforms for a little over a week now. I've been diving headfirst into being so incredibly present with every single project that I'm working on, and I already feel like a different person. Now, I've been on social media for at least over a decade now, and the fact that it's taken me just a little over a week to already feel like I'm grounded and coming back to some sort of natural state kind of blows my mind a little bit. Anywho, not to yap too much, but I pretty much loaded up the kiln and I prayed to the kiln gods to have a successful glaze firing that all of these babies made it through. The next clip is going to be the big reveal of how all these babies turned out, and I'm a little bit nervous. So, anywho, thanks for listening. All right. You may see that I have already opened the kiln and that my stuff is sitting right here. It is super windy. You could probably hear that. It's about to storm in Florida, and my stuff is all sitting right here. There's a reason for that. I just spent the last 18 minutes talking, opening up the kiln, giving you guys a first sneak peek, hiding my eyes, revealing everything to all of us at the same time, only to lose all of the footage. I couldn't tell you what happened. I couldn't. I also was spending all of that time talking about how this is the most successful kill and unloading I've ever had, and how it's really frustrating when things don't go your way creatively, and things were really going my way, and then I lost the footage. Ironically, of me talking about how things are really discouraging when they don't go your way, and I'm so thankful that everything went my way. That is kind of ironic, hilarious. It's actually kind of funny. Devastating, because it was really good footage of like opening up the kiln and revealing this to me and you. Anywho, I'm gonna insert a little bit of a video that I took from the soothing stones. I have those inside already. I literally brought everything inside already. I just can't believe it. Anyways, so yeah, I thought it would be fitting to at least still be by the kiln when I show you everything, so that it's somewhat nostalgic and somewhat you're a part of this, you know, kiln unloading-ish, even though my camera decided to flop over and die. Thankful for it, but what the heck? Anyways, it's also getting really chilly, so I need to get inside. Fueling myself instead of getting frustrated. Okay, this is the most successful kiln unloading I've had. I'm gonna show you the only mistake. Only. No cracks, nothing. This is the only mistake from this kiln unloading. Whoops. I didn't see the black underglaze because the top coat, do you see how windy it is? The top coat completely covers it, so once I like dipped it, which I was holding it like this, I smeared the black down, I'm assuming, dipped it, and I think that's what happened, but I'll probably either discount it or just keep it for myself. But literally everything, I can't wait to show you this croissant. Our first reaction in the original footage, unmatched. I mean, this croissant's amazing. So I'm going to show you, let me clip this on so I can just have my hands free. So these are the colored ones that I did. Perfect. They came out so cute and so perfect. I think I'm probably going to do a couple of these colored ones just because they're so cute. And then I'm going to stick with probably the black rim. Like, this look to me is so sick. There's something so yummy about this speckled clay with black on the lip. No cracks, nothing. I mean, they're perfect. And I also was talking about how lightweight they are. When I build things the pinch method, I tend to pack a lot of clay in the bottom, and then they get very dense, which makes them super durable, but also it does make them like pretty hefty. Like, they're not like heavy, but like they are like significantly more hefty than these. Again, they are super durable though, but these are like just, I mean, this is probably gonna be my design I stick to. Probably colored lips with speckled clay and doing it with the slab method. I can't get enough of these cups because they are still wonky enough with still being like uniform that it's like you could tell it's still handmade, and that's like the vibe and like the style that I'm like obsessed with. So then there's this 16 ounce that is large in charge, super cute, perfect to hold, obsessed with it. And my friend's Christmas present. I can't, I'm obsessed. Are you joking? Look at this croissant. It looks so buttery, so crispy. This croissant is asking to be eaten. And like one of her colors that she really loves is this like blue. So I just kind of put it all together into a little cutie cup. I can't get enough of it. I am going to be giving it to her on Tuesday, I think, so very excited. But anywho, let me start one over because I'm afraid of losing the footage, so let me end it in a second. Okay, so with all of this being said, I cannot thank you all enough for your incredible support and just all the love that you share. It truly blows me away, and it's such an honor and such a privilege to live the life that I live and have the job that I have. I couldn't be more grateful. Like, I'm always speechless, and I'm left not really understanding or comprehending how this is my life, and I'm also left just like not ever able to fully express my gratitude to you all. It's just amazing. If you are interested in becoming a bigger part of this family, don't forget to follow along on Patreon or find a tier that best fits you. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a little like. And if you want to stick around for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe. I will be posting a video every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, again, thank you so much. If you made it this far, leave a little fern emoji. You're a real one. That's a lot of commitment. I know how long this video is. But again, I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know too if you like this length of videos, if you prefer them shorter, if you prefer them longer. Let me just know how you're feeling about this video as well. The length of it and the content. Is a hurricane coming? Anywho, like I said, thank you so much for being here. I can't express it enough. The wind is so loud, I don't know if it's picking it up on my mic, but you rock my socks off. I will see you all in the next one.